been out in the mountains and just been really enjoying the river. Um, no service at all out there. So that was a little bit of a challenge, but no internet, no way to connect. But that's okay because I was trying to build connection in a different way with nature. So I'm hoping to be able to go back out there today. And yeah, I just came in to upload some videos and decided to do a quick little live. And yeah, I have all kinds of content being uploaded right now. So yeah, anyways, we're just trying to make something happen. So yeah, it's just being out there was really confirming of just, man, I gotta let this rat race go. Just have to let this rat race go. So that's what I'm on right now, is just focused on living outside of the control of the rat race, which is a beautiful thing, but it comes with many uphill challenges. So that's what I'm faced with right now. And yeah, been trying to get a job and stuff, and it's been tough. It's been tough here in Oregon, so just doing whatever I can to survive at this point, and it's all good. It's all good. So anyways, hope you all having a good day, and smash that like button and leave a comment in here on this live so that I know I'm reaching someone. That's always the fun part about making live streams, is it taking a few minutes before people get up in here. Hey, what's good? What's good? Yo, what's good? Much love, y'all. Mivel boy and John, what's good? I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Hey, hi, what's up? What's good, yo? Glad I can bring everyone in here, yo. I have been out in the mountains. It's been really nice. It's been really nice, yo. And my dog super loves it. Yeah, I just came back in town, I'm roughly like 40 minutes outside of town when I'm going out there, which is just far enough to lose all cell phone service. So it's a challenge. When's the last time any of y'all been away from cell phone service for a couple days? Go ahead and leave in the comment. When was the last time that you spent a couple days away from cell phone service, away from the internet? Yeah, it's been a while. So, hopefully this can reach somebody, and y'all might take my challenge up. I challenge y'all to go out into the mountains far enough away where you lose service and go be one with nature. I know a lot. That's not even like, y'all are like, what? Go be out with nature and lose my cell phone service? And like, no, bro, I'm good with all that. But no, trust me, there's greater purpose behind that. Yeah, I wasn't telling you what to do. It was a challenge. So I don't ever tell people what to do, but I just share my experience, and I know many other people out there are leaving this rat race behind and going off into the mountains, because that's our real purpose. That's where we belong. So I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. They want to see Lamborghinis and hookers and what money can bring, but that's not my focus. So, there's enough of that toxic crap out there, and you can enjoy that if that's what you choose. But me, I'm trying to build something authentic here. I'm trying to just be one with nature as much as I can. And it's a challenge to get out there and disconnect. And, after a couple days, you start being like, oh my God, I have to come back into town for something. And, so I'm just being real about it. I was out there and I'm like, bro, I need to come upload some content. I need to check in with my people. Like, so it's a battle, just even being out there with nature far enough away to where you don't have no service. Like, try it sometime, it's some good stuff. It's some good stuff. But how am I doing, just trying to survive, I was able to get a little bit of food and propane and gas and go out there. And, it's a little cold at night, so got to be running my stove. I don't even have a real heater yet, so I just run my stove. But it's all good. I was able to get my dog some dog food, so that was really good. Even though some of y'all probably seen how that all went down, and that was a bunch of craziness, a bunch of craziness. But that's the battle we're in right now. It's some days you're alive and well, and other days it is man down. You might be laying there damn near twitching. Like, these days are tough, especially when you're on the spiritual journey and just trying your best to just connect with our one infinite creator. It stirs up a lot of challenges. And what y'all know about the spiritual war going on? Do any of y'all have this spiritual war going on where it's like, some days you're really all right, you're aligning with your purpose, you're having this great connection, and then, maybe a day or two later or something, life just slaps you up again and is like, no, but you ain't got no money. But no, you can't be on this path because you ain't got no money. You have to go get a job like everyone else. And it's just like, the last interview I was just at the other day felt very ugly. I'm not going to lie. It felt ugly to be up in there. And before I even got in there, like, just sitting right here being like, oh man, I got to go in for this interview. I went in there and it's not what I'm supposed to be doing. And I know this. And maybe that's not for everyone, but that's what it is for me. So I got to figure out another way to survive, which is getting a little bit tougher these days when you don't have any money. But, I'm just doing whatever I can do to survive right now and praying somebody can send me a little bit of donation like my friend Ties did. Ties, you set in the bar there in Denmark, bro, sending me that $100 the other day when all anyone else wanted to do was laugh or call the police on me. Or this world is sad when people do stuff like that rather than just help someone. Because just know that if the shoes were reversed, I would not hesitate to help anyone. I love to help people. So if I had the money to actually help people, like, that would be amazing. But, I don't. So I got to focus on what I can do to help people without money, without there being money on the table. So, if my financial situation was ever to change, I would probably like to be out there doing, holding a sign, doing whatever. And then anyone who blessed me with anything, I would love to be able to be one of those people that, oh, here, I don't really need this, and here, take this. I would love that. That would be that would be something I would really enjoy doing. Really enjoy doing. Just helping other people who help other people. That's what it's about. So I know a lot of people don't resonate with that, but you know, that's my focus. We're in this together, folks. We are in this together. We got to learn unity. Got to learn unity. And hey, what's good? What's good, Diana? What's good? What y'all doing today? Me, I'm just in this battle right now of wanting to be out in nature, but also needing to try to make some money. And it's a battle. It's a battle. But I'm doing what I can, and I'm following guidance from above. I'm not following the puppet strings of this life anymore. I really haven't been for quite some time, and it's been a challenge, but I think it's been worth it. I've got to focus on other things outside of just working yourself to the point of there's nothing left. So that's why I'm focused on doing what I'm doing, because I was working for a very, very, very long time, since I was 13 years old. So I know exactly what it's like to have nothing left at the end. So it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. So it sucks to be the bearer of bad news, so to speak. But nobody ever wants to listen to something that's not about being a slave, something that's not about giving your all to a system that doesn't even care about you. Like, I'm trying to help plant seeds of breaking away from that, and I know that is probably one of the toughest missions out there by far. Ain't none of y'all want to hear that. None of y'all. There's like a very small percentage of people out there that actually get what I'm talking about. And that's sad. That's sad, considering it's 2025 now, folks. They're talking about killing jobs off with AI and all this other stuff, and yet you're still focused on doing all that. So it's been good up in the mountains. It's a challenge though. Like I am saying, it's a real battle actually, because you want to be connected with your people, and with the internet. The internet's a tough thing to get away from, and you don't fully realize it until you actually go out there and do it. Once you go out there and you actually do it, then you will realize that, wow, breaking away from the internet is actually a lot harder than I thought. Nowadays, 2025, I keep reminding y'all, we ain't on no early 2000s or anything like that. We're talking 2025 right now. Go out and try to be away from the internet for a few days and see what happens. You know what I mean? It's great though. It's great. That's how we get back to being who we're supposed to be. That's how we get back to really having that connection with our one infinite creator. So it's been good, but I got to challenge myself to get out there and do it more. And yeah, it's definitely a battle. That's just how I'm gonna put it. Trying to be out there and make these connections when your mind isn't instantly like having this battle of, oh man, I'm really out here. I need to go back to town for this. I just need the internet real quick. So it's a battle to just try to set that aside and push through it. And I'm excited to see what happens if and when I'm going to go back out there probably today, possibly. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I would like to go back out there today. Um, it would be nice to try to stay out there for the rest of the weekend until Monday. That'd be cool if I would ended up going back out there. So that's what I'm focused on right now. And man, this journey is definitely not easy, and it's not popular yet, unfortunately. But, I'm going to keep just planting these little seeds and just praying somebody else, hey, what's good? What's good, Laya 100? What's good? I'm just talking about going out and being one with nature, and try to leave go far enough out to where you don't have any cell phone service, no internet, nothing. You're just out there with raw nature, making connection. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing the last couple days. And I came back in because it's like, I haven't really done this in a little while, and so it's like breaking back into it. But ultimately it's trying to deprogram. It's trying to break free of all this program, all this rat race, all this stuff that we've been programmed into thinking we need, when in reality, nature is what we need. Although we're going to lie and create a different story as much as we can. But when you're out there, you'll find the truth. You'll find it. As soon as you're out there away from this rat race, as soon as you're away from all these power lines and all these towers and all this, 5G and Wi-Fi, and as soon as you actually break free and you're out there, it's a challenge. You're like, because at the same time you're like, oh, this feels really, really good. It's so nice to not have notifications. And then on the other hand, you're like, I miss it. So I'm just keeping it real because, I challenge somebody else to go out there and try this, during these days that we're in right now. Years ago, it was a lot easier. Years ago, when I used to do this, go off into the mountains far enough away to where I didn't have no service, it was a lot easier then. Now it can be a challenge. So yeah, I'm just excited to try to get back out there today. And, I just gotta try to make a little bit more money to top back off my gas. So I'm going to be focused on that and trying not to let any of the crazy people out there who are going to see my situation and yell at me like what happened the other day. And man, that was, although like I understand, it still hurt. Like, it still hurt that certain, a big majority of the population is so programmed into thinking one way and one way only, that when they see any type of resistance, they're quick to judge and quick to try to tell you that you are completely worthless. And even if you know that that's not true, it can still hurt. It can still be damaging. So yeah, that's kind of probably what led to what happened the other day. And It's bullshit, really, because when are people going to realize that we're all human beings? Like, we're all from the one infinite creator. We're all from one source. Why can't we treat each other like we're from one source? Instead of, oh, you are on a different mission. You don't have a job. This and that, pointing fingers at all these differences, which is part of the program. That's part of the program that we're trying to hopefully break free from, because divided, we will fall. Divided, we are falling. This is now. This is happening. So I keep putting it out there that, the opposite of division is unity. Bringing us together and setting our differences aside is how we can build unity versus just letting the division that they've created to keep putting a wedge and divide us further until we just fall. So it's none of the topics that I talk about are easy, because literally everything that I talk about goes against the system that has tried to control us and has controlled us for so long. And I just want us to all be able to tap into our creativity and explore our creativity, not let this world make us believe that we have to be a part of something that was designed to push us further away from what actually matters, and that's our infinite creator. That's nature, too. As soon as we get out there with nature, things really start to change. You're not in the system. You're not in this rat race of everyone's got to go faster and hurry up to get nowhere, because where are you going? The store, so it's just, for me, it's like, where am I going? I'm trying to go back out into nature. And because right now I'm dealing with a lot being in my situation, and not only just being in my situation, but also speaking about a bunch of stuff that they don't want you to know. They don't want you to consider. As I've already seen the reactions of some about this topic of just going and breaking free. Just going and putting yourself out there with nature far enough away to where you have no internet. It's challenge in its own, just that right there. But not everybody knows that. I still haven't got one person to let me know, when was the last time that you went out there far enough into nature to where you didn't have no cell phone service? When was the last time that you did that? When was the last time you got far enough into nature to be able to disconnect from the phone and everything? Just a quick question. When was the last time you actually did that for a couple days? In my growing up, it used to be something that we did frequently. Go off into the mountains and go camping, So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And never. Wow. And see, that's a response that if more people were actually involved and if people were being honest, that's a response that I'd probably get quite a bit. When's the last time you went and left the internet behind, left your cell phone, put it on airplane mode, and went out there far enough to where you lost cell phone service altogether? You know what I'm saying? When was the last time? Because I can tell you, after my experience just the last couple days, that it's something that I believe that we should all work on, because you don't even really know what it feels like anymore if you haven't done it in a long time. So, or if you've never done it. And ultimately, I'm delivering this topic because I believe that's it's like a message received while I was out there. It's like, hey, you need to share your experience about this and try to challenge others to think about the fact of just going somewhere where they don't have cell phone service for a couple days and literally go be out there for 48 plus hours without being able to be on your phone. You know, it's an eye-opening experience when you literally feel that you're trying to be pulled back to that internet, back to that. It's crazy. It's really a different experience nowadays with everything going on. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't even know what I'm talking about. So I pray that somebody receives this as a challenge from the Most High. Okay, this is a challenge. Let's go out and be one with nature for a couple days. Totally disconnect from the phone, the internet, and see what that brings. See how long it takes you before you're like, oh my God, I got to get back to it. For me, 2 days. My first go round of this, I'm back within 2 days. So I'm just keeping it real and praying that this experience can push somebody else to want to go out and give it a try. Just let that internet go for a couple days, you know, not be reachable on your phone for a couple days because you're out of service, you know. And so for me, I'm gonna keep trying to do that a lot more. Like, what are we even allowing ourselves to be trapped like this for? That's the question. Like, why? Like, we don't need the internet 24/7. And it's not as easy to recognize if you have the internet 24/7 and you don't really think it's a problem. Well, I'm telling you, go out there and give it a try for just a couple days even, and share your experience. See what it is that you pulled out of that experience. And for me, it was just how, even if you are very conscious about the information you receive and about what you do for entertainment, if you're very conscious about what you let be put into your mind, because you know that so much of it out there is just trying to program us a certain way. And I didn't even realize how drawn to the internet that even I am, even with lots of spiritual practice throughout the last 8 years or something. Like, I'm way further than where I was, but still going out there and breaking away from What's good, bro? What's good, man? Yo, I'm just talking to people about going off into the mountains far enough away to where you totally disconnect from this rat race. Can't stay long, gotta go to work, but I wanted to say what's up. All right, that's what's good, bro. Hey, bro. So, real quick, when you can, if you have a couple days off, I'm doing a challenge right now. I'm challenging y'all to go break away from the internet for just a couple days, even. Just go out into nature far enough to where you have no cell phone service and just see what kind of a connection that brings. And see if you can do it without turning back around and getting back to cell phone service. Because for me, 2 days out there with no cell phone service was like, man, bro, I didn't even realize it would be that hard right now. Like, to be honest, I thought I was stronger than that. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I'm just keeping it real with everyone, and I want you all to go out there and give this a try. Just try it. It's nothing really bad can happen. I mean, you're just gonna go out and to nature. Just make sure you have means to protect yourself and go out there. And there's nowhere really that close to me. I live in the middle of the city. Right. Exactly. I know it might it's a camping trip, you feel me? When was the last time y'all went camping? So that's kind of what this is. It's like just try it, just try to give it a try, Go look up where the closest place is out in the mountains that you can go. And yeah, for those that are, and I've been in the middle of a big city. I know what all that's about. I grew up in the city and stuff. So only the last few years I've started to let city life go. And every time I'm in the city now, it's just like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I do not want to be in the city. There is way too much going on. There's just way too much going on. There's too much noise. There's too many frequencies. There's just too much. So for me, I got to be out here where life's a little bit more simpler, you know. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to share my experience that going up into the mountains. Yeah. Okay. Uncle Art, when was the last time you ever went out into the mountains or anywhere out in nature far enough to where you lost all cell phone service? It's a challenge. I'm waiting for one person. So far, I haven't had one person come through and say, oh, hey, I did this. So far, not one. So it must be a pretty good challenge if not one of y'all is able to share your experience of recently going and disconnecting from the internet, recently going and disconnecting from cell phone service. Come on, folks, give it a try. Give it a try. When's the last time you did that? Come on. Come on, we can be honest. We're adults here. We can be honest. When was the last time you broke free of this internet? And for how long? And what were you feeling? It's a challenge. It's a challenge. And man, I think it's one of the greatest challenges that there could be right now, because we really have got to realize that this rat race that we're living in, it doesn't hold meaning. For what? Your house can just be burned down. Somebody can just pop you off for your jewels, for your cars, for all this material things that you think make you who you are. But is what I'm trying to say is you can lose all that. I've lost it all many, many times. I've had a lot, and then I've lost it, and then I've had a lot. I'm talking about like 10 cars and stuff. That was me just a few years ago. I had like 10 cars, 2 quads, a 35-foot RV, 22-foot flatbed trailer, like, bro, and land, like, I'm telling you, though, we don't need all that. When we let that stuff go and we let the internet go for a couple days and we go out there, it's just more confirmation that, wow, this internet is really this addictive. Because you're probably going to have withdrawals from it. If you go out there and try to do this, you're probably going to have withdrawals from it. And that's all by design. It's all by design. The internet and technology doesn't really have our best interests in mind. AI definitely does not have humanity's best interest in mind. Like, it's the opposite. They want to figure out how to manipulate and control and make us not worth anything. So, by us showing some resistance and not complying, and even just going out there and being with nature, I'm telling you, that's how we combat what's going on. And we don't really realize it's a problem until we actually go out there and do it. Once you go out there and you do it, then you start to realize, oh, wow, this wants to pull me right back into town. Whew. So you get through that first day, you're like, all right, cool. Get into that second day, you're like, man, wow, this is way harder than I thought it was going to be. So, I'm just sharing the real. I'm just sharing my experience of what I just went through. And I hope it can help change someone's perspective just by going out there and giving it a try. It might just change your perspective. You might be like me and think that, oh no, you're far too powerful. You're in control, and there's nothing that can control me. Da 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 da. Man, all that's gonna go out the window when you go out there into nature and realize, wow, this 5G, this internet, and everything that goes with it just wants to pull me back. I'm telling you, it's a different experience nowadays. It's not the same as it used to be. And that's a fact. Like, that's a fact. Hopefully there's some other people out there that can remember a time when they could easily just go camping for a few days and not worry about TV and cell phones and any of that stuff. Hopefully there's still some people out there that can remember that. That's what I'm on right now. So, I wasn't at all focused on trying to get a donation to try to help survive. But it is what it is, man. I'll figure it out in a different way. I don't know what that way is going to be yet, but I'll figure it out. As I've found out that, for me anyways, the internet is not the place to try to find help, financial help, because all anybody on the internet wants to do is make that into a different kind of problem. Say that you have a different kind of problem, that it's not due to financial. And that's easy for them to say. That's easy for anyone to say who hasn't been through financial hardship. It's easy for them to to look at you and be like, what's wrong with you? Like, nothing's wrong with me. I'm just trying to break free from the slavery. I'm trying to break free from the system that does not care about me. And I say that from experience. I don't say that because other people are saying it. I say that from my own experience. The system does not care about us. Try to need help with gas one time for you to be able to get to work. Try to ask your place of employment, oh, hey, I'm just having a hard time right now. I really need some gas money. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to go to work. See what they say. For me, I got fired. I got fired for asking for help with gas. Fired. No more job. So, people think they know everything and think that they know what everyone should be doing. But that's not. If it involves the system, it's not the case. If you're going to tell someone to go get a job who's you don't even know has actually been trying to get a job, even though I know that that's not what I should be doing, because life throws it right in my face all the time that that's not what I should be doing. I have lost everything before recently just from trying to get a job. Just because I had 5 job interviews lined up as an auto mechanic. And I went to this place in California thinking, oh, cool. It's only like 3 hours from my land out in Oregon. Cool. I'll be able to get a really good paying job down here and travel back to my land on weekends. I was like, yo, I'll have it made. Guess what happened after my first job interview? It's like I got like 1 or 2 job interviews done, and then guess what happens? I get rolled up on and arrested for sleeping in my car with all my tools in the back. I literally had like 5, 6, 7 different toolboxes in the back of my wagon. The whole back, it had just a little space for me to sleep, and the rest was all tools. I had everything I needed to get a mechanic job. Then I lost everything because of it. Everything that I had at the time. I had thousands of dollars worth of stuff in my car, thousands of dollars worth of stuff, and my car itself. Lost it all. And that's just one example out of many examples of how life has been trying to show me that I don't need a job. So now I got to focus on how I can make it without a job. Because life has already showed me time and time and time again that that's not my purpose. That's not why I'm here. And if it was why I'm here, then why did I get arrested for sleeping in my car when I had 5 auto mechanic job interviews lined up? Why did I get arrested for sleeping in my car? Nothing else. I got rolled up on for sleeping in my car. Like, wow. All just because I didn't want to drive 3 hours back and forth to a job interview. Since I had multiple job interviews lined up. It's wild. It's wild. And everyone just wants to be so divided on the topic instead of understanding that, for a lot of us who don't have a job right now, there's probably multiple reasons behind why we don't. It's not just one thing. It's not that we're lazy. It's not that we have no skills or any of this other negative bullshit that they're trying to program people into thinking. Like, bro, I started working at 13 years old. I already had my first car and my driver's license before most of y'all ever went to work. I had my first car and driver's license, which I already had my first car before I even got my license at 15 and a half. So I know what I've done to play along with the system. And the multiple different negative events that have happened in my life, while literally giving it my all to try to follow the system and to getting a job, I've given everything to that. And it has just spit in my face time after time again. It has taken everything I've ever had time and time again. And not just material things. Material things we can get back. What it actually robs us of, we cannot. So, man, I hope that those words right there reach someone, because that's the real. You know, we can maybe over time replace some physical things, you know, material things that don't really, you know, I mean, for me, they matter in a sense of, okay, well, once I lost my car, I was then in a city that I was 3 hours from my land with no car and nothing now. So, like, that was a huge slap to the face, like, for just trying to get a job. That's all I was there for, was just to get a job. Yeah, I was treated as a complete criminal for sleeping in my car when I literally had 5 job interviews lined up. So, not everyone knows the path that you've been on. Yet they want to point fingers like they know exactly what's going on. And I'm not even going to entertain that stupidity, because people don't really know unless they're in your shoes. You feel me? They don't know what you're going through unless they're in your shoes. They don't know what you've already done. They don't know what you've been trying, all this other stuff. Like, they're just demons. I swear, they're just demons out here, just trying to put a bunch of nonsense in your head that you're worthless. And that's really what demons do. They try to make you feel worthless. And I know, because I dated one. And I've been single since. I've been single since, because what happened to me? No thank you. No thank you, yo. And oh, cool. So I should have had another more videos that just uploaded on this channel here from my time out in the mountains, which I'm really excited to get back to, because it's a challenge. It's a challenge to be out there away from cell phone service. That's a challenge. So, especially when you have a YouTube channel and you want to just make these connections with people and share your experiences. And, you know, a lot of the knowledge I have has played out to be exactly that. It's an eye-opening time we're in right now. When you're on the right path, you'll get confirmation in all different kinds of ways that you're on the right path. And you'll also get confirmation every time you steer on the wrong side. Every time you start doing something that is against the path you're on, you're also going to find out. So it's interesting. I'm deep enough in on this path where I can't turn back now. And would I want to? No. No. I'd rather be on this path. As hard as it is, I'd rather be on this path. Because what comes good don't come easy. What's good for us doesn't come easy. What's good for us is hard. What's easy is to go ahead and be like everyone else and be caught up in this program, be caught up in this rat race. That's supposedly easy. For me, I don't want no more part of that. I really don't. Because I know that the path that I'm on has a whole lot more to offer than anything that money could buy. That's that real. Money can't buy the path that I'm on. It literally can't. There's not enough money to replace what I'm working on. There's really not. You could try to give me $1 million right now if I shut up. If I go ahead and just turn my back on everything that I've been doing. $1 million, $10 million, $1 billion. Ain't none of it. You can keep it. I know that I'm on the right path. As hard as it is. You know, there was this, what was that? Was it Damian Marley who had a song about, Is It True? Yeah, that's a good song. That's a good song, yo. Check that out. So, anyways, what y'all up to? What y'all up to? I've been rambling on forever, yo. I'm just expressing my ideas and you know what it was like to be out there without service for a couple days, and it challenges me to want to go out there for like 3 days without service next, and then you know build up to it. Imagine being away from cell phone service for a week. Imagine not having the internet or any way to communicate for a week. Now that sounds like a challenge. So I think I'm going to try to do that. But first, I need to get out here and try to find a little bit more money. I got to keep up on my land payment. I got to finish paying off my land, so which is really probably, I mean, I know that has a lot to do with why I wanted to be pulled back into society versus just staying out there in the mountains. You know, I have other responsibilities that I need to take care of, so I wish I could just stay out there and just build the ultimate connection out there. I miss my land a lot, so I'm trying to pay off my land so that I can just go out there and be with that. but I can't just up and leave and go down there because once you're down there, you're pretty much stuck. Like, so, yeah. Especially during winter. Winter is not the time to get stuck out on my property without the stuff that you need to survive. I'll put it that way. It can get cold, it can get snow. You can have so much snow that you can literally get snowed in unless you have a nice four-wheel drive vehicle that I had, and then I traded for this RV. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go out there and try to make some paper together here. I need to fill back up my gas tank, get some more food, probably get something else for the Daisy girl, and yeah, it's a lot of challenges going on right now. Just trying to weed through it and get through it and remain on my purpose and not let myself keep getting steered back in that direction of enslavement. Yeah, money's nice, and yeah, I wish I had a job in a way. But that's just that enslavement talking. We don't really need that. And that's a tough path to be on because, the world is so divided right now into thinking that the only thing of importance is material things, how much money we got. But if y'all is really paying attention, and I mean really paying attention to what's going on out there, you'll find lots of people out there that have money. You'll find lots of people out there that have more than enough money, yet they are a mess. They're lost. They're lost. I've been there. I have had money without following my purpose. It was all bad. It was all bad. Now, if you can bring and match money into your purpose, that would be one thing, but literally, for the most part, money is designed to keep us from our actual purpose of being here. That's what it's designed to do. It's to break us of why we're actually here. And go spend some time with nature. It'll confirm a lot of things. Like I say, go be without cell phone service for a couple days and see what you think. See if you were as strong as you thought you were. Because, I hear a lot of people who are like on this path who think that they aren't controlled or influenced by technology because, they're aware of it. And they think awareness is all that needs. Well, awareness is a start. Awareness is the start, but you're not going to really know unless you can fully disconnect for a while and see exactly how you react. Because how you react to just going out and being away from cell phone service and internet might shock you a little bit. You might not think that you need it, but as soon as you're away from it, that's where it gets real. That's where it gets real. That's where it becomes not just talking about it, but actually being about it. So, I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but I really haven't, I've seen only select few actually be about it. So, yeah, just focused on practicing what I preach. I don't want to be one of those people who preaches, but never actually does what I'm talking about. No. I'm trying to build something much more real and authentic than that. So, yeah, this is the life. This is what it is, and I'm gonna go out there and try to make a little money real quick, and 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 then get pulled into this battle of the decision of, oh man, do I want to like stay in town tonight, or do I want to go right back out into the mountains? And I think that I want to go back out into the mountains because I'm chasing a different connection right now. And it's difficult. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. I thought, oh, cool, great. I'm going to go break free and not even have cell phone service. No, it's going to be just amazing. And it is, but I'm letting you know right now it's a challenge too. It is a challenge. You're not even going to believe it unless you go do it. Just try to go do it one time and just let me know what you think then. But because I know prior to me going and doing this, I thought that I was stronger than that I don't need the internet like that. It doesn't control me like that. Well, all I can say is go get somewhere where there is no internet, no cell phone service, and stay out there for a couple days. Within hours, you're going to be like, is this thing? Oh, yeah, that's right. Waiting for a notification that doesn't come through because you're out in the mountains now. So that's that real. And I challenge others to go give it a try and see what's up. So that's what I'm on right now. And yeah, hopefully I can find somebody to give me and the Daisy some help here, because I'm trying to connect to a much higher reason of being alive than just stuck in complete enslavement, because there's enough people out there that are doing that. The world doesn't need everyone. Obviously, there's a lot of people in the world that don't have a job. There's so many people in the world that don't have a job that is there even really enough jobs for everyone? I don't really think so. Based on the fact that I've been looking for a job for a hot minute now, and I've put in a lot of time to finding a job, yet I still don't have one. So I don't think there's even enough jobs out there for everyone. So people need to let the idea that everyone needs to have a job. We got to let that idea go. That's not the truth. That might be what people were programmed into thinking is the truth, but that's not the truth. The truth is we don't all need a job from the system. Many of us just need to find a real mission in life. And I've pretty much done that, and I'm chasing that. Just praying that, it'll all make a whole lot more sense one day. Because times can get very difficult when you ain't got no money. I ain't even going to try to Like, life can get really difficult when you ain't got no money. But it's just an illusion. Real wealth is up here, folks. Real wealth is knowledge. Outside of that, it's all just material things. Those material things, that's not why we're here. We're not here to flex and look. Oh, look, I got the newest this. I got this and that. And wow, I'm so much better than all y'all because y'all don't have this. Y'all couldn't afford this. No, man, that's part of the program. That's part of the program. So we're trying to break free of that program and find what's right, is finding our connection with God. That's what's right. Disconnecting from all the lies that this world wanted us to believe. You know, disclosure is coming soon. Disclosure is coming very soon. I'm very excited. And I need to go watch that video with Dr. Stephen Greer, Anonymous, put out. Yeah, Anonymous put out another video like that because, well, if anyone was actually watching Anonymous videos for years and years and years and years and years now, you would know they never mentioned Dr. Stephen Greer. They never mentioned David Wilcock, and they never mentioned Corey Good. Those three names were never mentioned in Anonymous until I said something about it. I said something big about it. So big that they started dropping content regarding that within days of me saying something. So, yeah, no, I know this path I'm on. And I'm very thankful that people of Anonymous received my message as an invitation to find greater information, to find information that's real, not stuff that's designed to keep us outside of the real focus of what we should be focused on. So, yeah, I'm excited about that because without me having said anything to Anonymous about those three people, they probably still wouldn't be dropping any content regarding those three people. They were stuck on this other stuff that was all fear-based. All the stuff that Anonymous was on was all fear-based. And I got in there and was like, yo, I'm tired of this shit. Y'all need to look into these three people and quit trying to make everyone fear everything. Like, that's just, yeah, man, we don't need to fear. Fear is what feeds the negative beings. Fear is what feeds AI. All that strives off of us being in discomfort. So I'm praying more people will learn to let it go. All right, peace and love, y'all. I go to the bathroom.